Butterfly, Chapter 1. The 5 kits are fighting again. Downy fur caught the sunlight as the kits dashed around the home site, teeth and claws flashing. The wind high up in the redwood trees was muffled like it didn't want to compete with the kits growling. Cold air ruffled my fur and chilled me deeply. I shuffled my paws and ice crunched beneath them. I closed my eyes and tried to think of sunny glades and sun-touched rocks. I raised my head to peer at the sky. The sun was high in the sky. Our family would be home soon. My stomach grumbled in anticipation. My cousin Mink and my twin Morpho slammed into each other and started rolling around, spitting insults. A powerful hiss stopped everyone in their tracks. Omen rose to her paws, bristling. This is not how cats fight. Bobcats insult their opponents. Cats respect their enemies. We may not like our foes, but we can respect them. Our grandmother had long fur, which made her look soft and cuddly, but when she was upset, it had the opposite effect, making her huge and imposing. Morpho and Mink tucked their tails between their legs and nodded solemnly.
Sorry, Grandma.
Mink mewed. I knew Morpho was more upset about getting caught than anything, but my heart softened when I looked into Mink's large, innocent eyes. Omen would get through Morpho's thick skull, eventually. I hoped. Sunlight filtered through the needles of the pine trees that surrounded the nest. Butterflies fluttered about, landing on flowers before being chased off by an excited kit. Bees collected pollen, and the ravens called to each other in shrill voices above the trees. It was almost too nice a day to be stuck at the den again. The den was settled atop a hill, overlooking the hunting grounds. Elk, bison, and mule deer looked like little ants. I squinted. Maybe if I really tried, I could spot the family. Nothing. I trotted back to Omen. She was watching Mud and Morpho tussle and was calling out tips when needed. Mud, use your back claws. Morpho, don't overextend, that leaves you vulnerable. Mud, you roll under that attack. Omen. Just one moment, you two. Omen said before turning to me. What is it, Monarch? I was wondering if you could tell us a story, I said simply. Of course. Is everyone else okay with that? The yeses were unanimous, except for one. Morpho.
I don't like stories.
Mud rolled his eyes.
Your opinion doesn't count. You don't like anything.
He trotted over to Omen and nestled between her front paws.
I like things.
Morpho argued, rising to his paws.
I just like real things, like hunting and fighting.
Well, it's story time now. Deal with it, I sarcastically said to my brother, snuggling up to Omen's side. Mink laid down next to my side and Morpho slumped down on Omen's other side. Morpho glared at me with hawk eyes. I shuffled uncomfortably. Omen raised her muzzle, thinking. Do you know why there are stars in the sky? Omen began. The old yarns were my favorite, and Omen spun them so well. We all shook our heads. In the celestial hunting grounds lived the solstice cats. Each cat hunted cloud mice and fought the demons that threatened the mortal plane. But the smallest, named Lightspinner, had a special talent. She called upon the rivers to deliver her shells and created soft, downy feathers from the clouds. With these she made jewelry, earrings, necklaces, and bracelets, things only the gods could conceive and create. She loved the look on her family's faces when she presented gifts of blue shells and white feather trinkets to them. But she longed for new inspiration. Finally, the All-Mother granted her a short trip to the mortal plane. All-Mother took her daughter's feathers and crafted them into wings that Lightspinner could fly between heaven and the land of the mortals. The crafter soared down from the sky. She was in awe of the land, the rolling hills, roaring rivers, and grand mountains. She landed atop a tree and gazed at the green forest with wonder. She pondered upon the mortal cats. They knew nothing of art or song. Her sorrow was so powerful that it caused the sky itself to weep. But at the sight of a powerful gray cat, she felt her sorrow lift slightly. He asked how she had the wings of a bird, and she revealed her origin. The two spoke and laughed. The cat, who was named Rain Whisper, gasped in surprise as Lightspinner revealed the craft of art. She wished to stay forever with this funny and thoughtful cat. Lightspinner hid on Earth for 3 days, teaching Rainspinner to create art and jewelry, and growing more fond of him with every passing hour. By the time Lightspinner's family was looking for her, it was her eldest sister, Mastermind, who found her first. When she learned her sister had fallen in love with a mortal, her fury was so hot and fierce that it tore the sky itself in two. She grabbed her sister's paw and carried her up to the skyland. And from the tear in the sky came a huge gulf, forming a river of stars between sky and earth. Above the stars, Lightspinner attempted to wade through the flooding stars to return to her lover, but no matter how hard she swam, the gap between them only grew. Day after day, her family walked without pity of their mourning crafter. Months passed, and Lightspinner gave birth to a white, starry-eyed pup, whose tail and fur flickered and roared in the flames of her mother's anger. She was named Evercheer, one whose flames, light, and hope warmed even the coldest of hearts. Mastermind wept, realizing what she'd done. All-Mother sighed knowingly. but she couldn't forgive her daughter completely. She wanted her to be happy, but even her power was not enough to allow Lightspanner to visit Earth. They say that the crows send messages from lover to lover, as they can no longer speak to each other.
That's sad.
Mud squeaked. It is, Omen agreed. But the time that we're together was happy. Little kits, this is a cautionary tale, warning us not to let our emotions get the best of us.
Omen, we're back.
Swift leaped up the craggy hill. His pale tan fur caught the sunlight. He licked Omen between the ears. Leap, Quick, and River all perked up when they saw us. I leaped and dashed to my father, Leap, who grabbed my scruff, and gave me 2 quick licks atop the head. Mud and Swift got into a tussle, and River was telling Mink about the iced over rivers down in the valley. "Where's Mum?" I asked.
She's coming, Monarch.
Leap assured me. I wiggled away from our dad and looked down the slope. There she was, the only cat in the family with red fur. Mum. I wanted to bound down the slope and tell her about what she had missed at the den, but I knew nobody would like that, so all I had to do was wait. When I turned around, the family had gotten even rowdier. Swift pinned Mud onto the ground while Mink tried to trip up the hunter's legs.
This is madness.
Morphos said to me. As much as I loathed him, I had to agree.
They're going about this all wrong. Mink needs to dodge Swift's tail, but she's letting it hit her in the face, and
Oh, will you just shut up? I turned to glare at him. Sometimes it's nice to have fun and not worry about doing something the right way. Morphos snarled at me.
I'm trying to make sure the family doesn't get stuck with an unskilled cat's sister.
He spat out the word sister like it was rotten meat. You're a half-wit, I snapped.